A Conservative shadow minister warned the UK could fall further behind on growth targets following the Chancellor's desperate attempts to save the economy. Conservative Shadow Justice Minister Dr. Keir hits out at Labour's desperate attempts to implement growth during tonight's BBC Question Time. Speaking of Rachel Reeves' plans for economic growth announced on Wednesday, Dr. Mullen claimed her ideas are not new. The Tory MP said, "Yesterday was pretty desperate stuff from the Labour Party. They announced what they said was a whole new set of projects all designed to implement growth. Yet it turned out they weren't new, and they weren't the Labour Party's ideas," BBC host Fiona Bruce then asked. "They were your ideas?" Before the Conservative shadow minister was able to respond, she quickly added, "Why didn't you do them then?" Answering Ms. Bruce, Dr. Mullen defensively said, "Some of them are in fact completing this year, that we started. So some of the infrastructure projects are things that we started and funded." On Thursday, January 30th, Fiona Bruce hosted the programme in Melton Mowbray, Leicestershire, where she discussed the UK's most pressing political topics with politicians and journalists. The BBC presenter was accompanied by a 5-person panel featuring Labour's Exchequer Secretary to the Treasury James Murray, Conservative Shadow Justice Minister Keir Mullen, Lib Dem Health and Social Care spokesperson Helen Morgan, Chairman of Reform UK Zia Youssef, and former editor of the Daily Mirror Alison Phillips. Moving on to Rachel Reeves' newly announced Heathrow Airport expansion plans, Dr. Mullen said, "The problem with growth at the moment is that it's not a long-term problem, it's a short-term problem. They inherited an economy from us that's the fastest growing economy in the G7, and across our time in government from 2010, we were one of the fastest growing economies, and they've turned that into an absolute hard stop."